as I was discussing with you yesterday, one of the reasons why the funds are not disbursed on time is the kind of work that you send to us. If you send us your work plan, we have to examine it in detail to ensure that what you put as the amount matches what is in the budget that you submitted to us, and also the activities that to match what is in the MOU that we signed together. And a lot of times there's often back and forth, like we have to tell you to change some things or to adjust the figures, and before we can get final approval and disperse your loan. But we're trying to change all that now. That's why we've asked you to submit work plans for 2 quarters so that there won't be that issue of late disbursements for the rest of the first year.
Is it only IBC that has a late disbursement?
No, it's not.
It's not yesterday, but she asked me to say it publicly, not one person.
Because we would have expected Sheffield to be here to respond properly.
I guess Sheffield can still respond when everybody is there.
Let me say something. My own experience, I think we were the cause. Because if we send all the documents on time, the money could be released.
Yes.
After the balance call, I even forgot to send requests. And I kept expecting the money. Till one day I sent a mail. I said, when are we getting money? And she said, you have not filled the form. So I had to go back and check the folders, and I realized there's one particular document that is not so. So it's always good to check everything we have to send to them. So also enable them to respond.
And also think on our own part that the fund will release even before we expected, because when we sent in everything, I think the one document was even outstanding. I'm on the page, I was working on the computer trying to send it when the accountant even called me to send in account number so that the money will drop. And the money dropped even before I sent the final code. So I think the issue of the late, what we can say actually is that the commencement of the project is supposed actually to start in July. And
that one is really about.
Exactly. You know.
I think the language should move away from fault or default. The language should be about processes and turnaround time. I was reading the concept note again this morning as I was coming here. And that's the concept note for this meeting, which I had seen before and okay. But then I realized that the major issue we are having, not just with funding, but it's the turnaround culture. The turnaround culture where people, or rather organizational heads or operatives, do not really respect the timelines that have been set collectively. And remember that we are not the only cohort. There are other cohorts. We would need also to compete with others in terms of how well we deliver timeliness and content-wise. Remember all these things, we need to even showcase them. I was looking at the report from Eradua Foundation. Of course, they are bigger than WRAPA. Of course, they have more experience. They are also already working on corruption well before this grant came to us. But what you need to do is to put yourself up against the best of the best, rather than lag. Sorry, I'm being the headmistress again. It's my role to be the headmistress. If we keep giving ourselves the excuses that we are now giving, we won't meet up and we will be the end role of the 4. Remember, there are 4 mega groups, and we are one on gender and accountability. Part of even what I was hoping we could add is how our linkage to other cohorts, which was something we worked on. None of us, I don't know whether it has been said in my absence, none of us has reached out to CITAC, which we agreed as WRAPA we will need to reach out to, particularly when we do our tweet conference and whatever and whatever. We also agreed that we will reach out, WTF will reach out to PLAC on the issue of the female candidates. Do you remember the workshop in which hotel? This hotel in Jabi or whatever. So I don't know, I didn't want to jump in and ask. That's a weak link, because MacArthur will be looking at, have we linked up with other cohorts as agreed? Have we linked up with their other grantees? Which is why we developed that. We went to MacArthur Foundation, got the list of their grantees on Nigeria project, and sent to you those we were able to pair to your own activities. They will be looking at have we reached, because when you speak of sustainability and linkages, you must show how you are doing it, demonstrating from strengthening the work that they are already doing with others, linking up to it, and ensuring that we are moving as one, because for them it's one, the On Nigeria project, that's the big envelope. And they must be able to show that there are linkages between what they are doing in this direction and what they are doing in that direction. So please, we need to have that enhanced. So for me, I'm thinking that rather than be looking at whose fault is it that this has not happened, we live up to the expectations of the shared values we created at the beginning of this project. And I think Anissa needs to remind us at the end of the program of those values we agreed on at the inception of the project. So please, let's move away from excuses and remember we are competing, and remember that we are also a part of the whole.
Yes, ma'am. You mentioned a particular cohort to reach out to with regards to tweet chats. I'd like for you to send to me.
It's seated.
We have the list. We have the list. They send, I think they send the list to us for each organization, other groups or other organizations that are doing something similar that we should have. We send you the list.
No, but CITAD is a cohort under the GN, under the On Nigeria.
Yes, an email was sent. Am I right? Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that you sent an email to us.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say to you is before that long list of the partners, originally we are expected, we had committed when we were doing that exercise, we had committed to look up with Black and CITAD. So even before this
was sent, we should have.
Yeah,
we should have. Okay. We would.
Can I say something? About the linkages. Yes, I remember you told us, but we are already linking Blank in terms of anti-corruption and accountability in election and the situation room agenda. So they called me last month that we hear that you are doing anti-corruption and accountability. Can you be our situation room advisor for corruption that will be taking place during election in terms of vote buying? So we are already linking with them. And then CITEX, yes.
Please reflect that in your reports. Yes.
There's a space for that even on the templates, on the reporting template.
Yes, it's even there on the reporting template.
And I think we are just going into the program, so it will take place in March. So it will be in our reports from January.
It will still come in your quarter report.
Okay,
Like you have either approached them or they have approached them, and the program is happening in March.
We will
So then we will be looking out for it in your report in that next quarter.
Okay.
It's not until it happens.
You can mention
The process and actions are also reported.
All right.